Welcome back, guys, to yet another video of me talking and trying to explain a few things today. Today, we're mostly talking about ND filters and why, why do you need them and how to use them even. I've got quite a lot of questions asking, what ND filter do I use, if I even use some ND filters. And today in this video, we're gonna be just going through some of my ND filters that I use. And we've all heard of, okay, this is like a really nice cinematic clip. People talk about cinematic film quite often, but in reality, it's more like, okay, what is actually cinematic and what makes it cinematic? For some people, you put like some really cool music. For many of us, putting some black bars, that's enough, and we call it cinematic. Is that enough for us to call it cinematic? And today we are answering that. What I use and why do I use them, and if I'm gonna keep using them for the end of the year 2024, or if I'm changing them, if I'm switching to anything else. Let's start by saying that the one ND filter that I've been using for the last 3 years, or the last 4 years actually, is the Polo Pro ND filter, like those ones. As you see, they have this gold color on top of them. They're super nice. In this pack of three, you have ND8, 32, and 16. Now, I've been using the FREEWEL, and in here as well, you have four set of ND. You have the ND8, ND16, and ND32, and a polarized filter. And this one is basically the same as the regular GoPro you have. Yeah, so basically, how do we use them? As you can see here, it's pretty cloudy. So today I will do a test where I'll be flying 3 flights. The first one will be without any filter. Just put everything on auto and see how it looks. And then do 1 flight with the Polo Pro and see how it looks. And then do another one with the FREEWEL and see how does that looks as well. I do know that the Polo Pro give me this, gold color. It's really good for sunset because you get this warm temperature, this warm color. And sometimes I love it, but sometimes when I'm filming for like production, they usually want something more neutral without shifting the color too much, just to keep all the thing the same color without drastic shifting. I'm gonna be using the Hero 11 with the ND16. So as you see here, I have the histogram to tell me if everything is exposed properly. And I'm shooting at ISO 100, shutter speed 1/60, because I'm shooting at 60, 30 frames per second. So let me know if you want to see a video on how I do this on my GoPro. Yeah, that helps quite a lot. Now I'm basically ready to send it, and the setup that I'm gonna be using today is Alien 10. Let's just move a little bit forward here. That was close to be expensive. That was close to be expensive. I almost dropped my camera. But yeah, reflex-wise, I saved it just in time. I just tied it up a little bit more. So yeah, again, the first clip I will be doing is with the 16 ND16 from Polo Pro, and then we're doing another one with the 16 from FREEWEL, and one with auto everything. I haven't flown in a minute.
Here's a perfect example of what the ND filter does and why you should use the ND filter. As I said earlier, sometimes you see something and you don't know why, but your brain just think that this looks really nice or cinematic, as we used to say it. And this is because if you see on the corner here, on the left and on the right, on the bottom here on the asphalt, it looks pretty blurry. So it just makes it look more like speed and you passing by. And if we keep playing, Then we stop here, you will see the same thing happen again. On the right side, the trees, metal on the side road, the ground. He's really in focus because he's driving with the speed, but everything else on the side are pretty blurry. So you have this vision of motion. So therefore your brain just said, hey, this is cinematic.
This is definitely a overkill to do with Alien, because that drone is way too big for that work. But just to demonstrate what I mean, we just go down here. It's so quiet for the size of it. Oh, dude, trust me. Funny thing is, like, usually I don't do this when I'm flying FPV, but this one just locked in. Like, I don't have to touch the controller like for a while. Just point it the way you want to go and just leave it. Oh yeah, I was going fast. Man, the cloud. Ooh. So good. So good to come through it. And I'm coming back. So now we again added the Indy 60. Let me show you. Yep, here we have the Indy 16 from FREEWEL. And as you see, the exposure is the same, the settings are the same. And let's just go and send it and see how much of a color difference we have, and is it usable or not usable.
And the same goes for that one. Like if we take a screenshot from here, so if we keep that one as another example, it looks similar to the previous Polo Pro ND filters. The left side is a bit blurry, the right side is a bit blurry. So your brain just said, hey, that looks different, that looks cool, that looks better, that looks real life, basically.
Let's just go ahead and do a tiny dive, just to, put it to the perspective of what I will be using it on a real world. Because ideally, that's what I'm gonna be doing with most of the time, or that's what I do with my FPV drones. Do like small dives and stuff like that. So many crazy cracks here. I usually come down here into that one. So yeah, let's do a small dive. Then we turn to the left here. Then we dive, nice. Then we just bring the drone back home. All right, so now we've done two dives, one with Polo Pro and one with FREEWEL. And now we're just going to use the PL polarized filter from FREEWEL. I don't know if you can see it. So what we're doing now is basically putting everything in auto and then trying to do the same thing, the same line, and then put it on the screen for you guys to see what actually an ND filter does and what actually is the difference between buying FREEWEL ND filters versus Polo Pro ND filter. I don't know if you can see it. Yeah, here everything is on auto, and you see my shutter speed is at 1/8,800. You see, it's moving. Yeah, like my exposure is moving. So this is like basically what happened with the auto exposure.
Compared to this one, which is the one without any filters, everything is auto. The shutter speed is going crazy, doing its own thing. And we stop it there, boom, everything just looks like I took a picture. There is close to no motion blur howsoever.
So you tell me on the comment right now if you can see differences between 30 FPS, I mean, between auto and not auto. And that battery is quite sagging quite a lot because it been fully charged for over a week now, maybe more. So it's really good that I'm using it. And the problem with, I mean, the advantage of using a long range for those demonstrations is that I only have one battery. I only took one battery with me from home. And that's the same battery that I've been sending over and over. So, and I still have 3.6 volts. All right, guys, I think we did 3 flights today, 2 with ND filters and 1 without ND filter. And we just have to go home now and have a look at the result and how they look like and what I will be using from now on. And this is based on, let's just call it a real world test. If this is your first time here in the channel, thanks for joining. And here we talk drone talk, filming like all those clients doing long range or mid range, if you want to call it. Um, do some reviews sometimes. And basically what we do here is hang out and talk drones. So if this is your first time here, consider subscribe. And thanks for you to come back. If you've been here before, smash that like button, subscribe. Thanks for watching, guys. Thanks for joining for this short adventure. And yeah, see you on the next one.